What's up guys, welcome back to another Paladins video. The OB48 patch preview was earlier. Sorry I didn't tell you guys about it beforehand. I was kinda busy. Like always, I'm here to wrap it all up for you though. This update does have quite a few things coming with it. So first off, we have new sprays. All the temp art for the cards was replaced with the final art in the last update, so they're making some of it into sprays. There are also 3 new skins coming again. We have the Business Bomb King skin. This is a blue with a head and a body. I love this. Look at that suit. He's telling the realm who's boss for sure. We have another blue. This one is for Maeve. This is highly requested. Probably the most requested skin I've seen in a while. Alley Cat and Maeve. I've seen so many people ask for a cat skin ever since they revealed that Maeve wasn't a cat. This is a 3-parter. It comes with a head, body, and a weapon. They say that Maeve is the perfect predator. Their Twitter made that pun, by the way. Not me. Don't hate me. Next up, we have an epic skin, Chancellor Maldamba. This is a 4-parter, head, body, weapon, and voice pack. Man, look at that snake. That snake is badass. This skin comes out of a new box called Emporium. The first roll of this box you get is free, then after that it costs 40 crystals a pop. So that's pretty cheap. The patch notes don't say it, but there are other things in it as well, like Dreadhunter Drogos. I don't know what else though, since it doesn't say. Now let's talk about the new character. Last update didn't have one, so they said this update and the next update would both have one. So we're getting Seris the Oracle of the Abyss. I can see the in-game title for that now and it's awesome. Getting level 20 is going to take a while though. Seris is a support, as you all probably know from the data mining, which I didn't cover either. Sorry about that, I know I'm a bad YouTuber. As for what Seris can do, her primary attack is Soul Orbs. You can fire 12 slow-moving area damage orbs. They deal 210 damage an orb, and when they make contact with an enemy, they don't stop. They keep going through them to possibly hit somebody else. When an orb hits somebody, it puts a stack on them. This stack can go up to 4, and it pairs with her Q. Rensoul. With Rensoul, you can detonate every stack for 100 damage. So if you have a team all grouped up together and you get 4 stacks on each of them, you can detonate them all for some pretty massive damage. You also heal yourself for 15% of your max health per stack, so you can possibly get yourself right back up to full health. As for healing other players, you have her right-click, Restore Soul. You lock onto a single teammate and heal them in a beam-like fashion, healing them for 1000 health every 2 seconds. Once you're locked on, distance or walls won't break the beam. You'll keep healing them until the ability is done. As for her F, it's probably one of the coolest looking abilities in the game. It reminds me of Lilith's Phase Walk from Borderlands. You enter another dimension, become stealthed, and damage immune for 5 seconds. Look at how cool that looks. Look at it. As for her ult, it reminds me of another siren for the Borderlands franchise. You toss out an orb that pulls in enemies once it hits the ground. It's called Convergence. Just like Maya's skill from Borderlands 2. You could also say Zarya, but that's kinda overdone, isn't it? The combos that people are going to pull off with this will be really crazy. Imagine using King Bomb or Time Bomb with this. Now, we can go ahead and talk about her legendaries. Her default is Soul Collector. This makes it so every stack you detonate gives you 2% more health. This can stack up to 8 times, and the stacks go away upon death. Next up, we have Agony. This makes it so Rensoul will stun a target afflicted by 4 stacks for 1 second. Lastly, we have Mortal Reach. This increases the range of Restore Soul by 300% and increases the duration by 1 second. As for her other basic cards, you can find them linked in the notes below, because reading a full set of cards is probably something I plan on never doing again. Now, a lot of people saw Seris and thought that this character would end up being pretty OP. I really doubt it. Her healing is single target, and you're either going to be healing or attacking. You can't really do both at the same time like most of the other healers. Her F ability also takes you out of the fight for 5 seconds, so you can't heal or attack at all. Having a support out of the fight is never a good thing. Even Grok, with his little phase walk type deal, whatever it's called, he can have the totem down, so he's still healing while he's out of the fight. So to make this character work, people are really going to need to make good and smart decisions about when to do what with her, or they're probably not going to do much good at all. So I see her being pretty good for people who know what they're doing, but far from OP. I still see Ying and Mao being better overall, since they can heal a lot while still doing other things. I do really want to see her paired with Drogos though. They're both very anti-group and anti-death ball characters, so putting them together and having a support that can pocket a Drogos in the air will make for a killer duo. Anyway, that's enough on Seris. Let's talk balance. Nothing really all that major this time around for the most part. Cassie now gains 30% movement speed during her ult's duration. Her Drain Life card also does increased healing and does it faster. Bomb King is getting tuned down a bit. I thought he was fine after the Blast Radius nerf, but they're doing a few small things. It kind of feels like they're doing this because of how much he was picked in the Masters land, but that was played on OB46 and not OB47 where he got the Blast Radius nerf. So I hope that's not their reasoning for it. So first, his health is going from 2,500 to 2,400. His sticky bombs now have a fire rate of 0.7 seconds instead of 0.6. That does add up, by the way, even if it sounds like it's nothing major. His Accelerant Legendary is also going from 60% to 50%. This one was kind of weird. They're doing this because it's the only one people pick in competitive play, but it's the only one people pick because the other two are bad in competitive play. If you watch BK players, they detonate a bomb after throwing one because it's just better to do that. So that stacking card isn't really all that useful. And the Grumpy Bomb one, well, it's not really useful most of the time either. Moving on, we have Drogos. They fixed the Masterful bug where he wasn't getting the full bonus from it, but they reduced the card's effectiveness, so it's basically the same thing. Now, I actually do agree with this. The Masterful bug didn't really feel all that bad. It did feel kind of balanced, funny enough. It's not like that random stupid salvo bug where it only fires one rocket. That's awful, and they need to fix it already. Get on that, please. Thanks. Fernando is getting 5 more damage per tick on his Flame Lance. Again, this does add up. Inara is getting another buff. I feel like they're gonna need to do something really major and different with her soon, because all these buffs aren't really doing anything. It's still a good buff though. Her range is going up by 25%. Kinessa is getting a fix. Steady Aim will only proc on players now, not other things like deployables. Lex is also getting this fix with his Death Hastens card, which, you know, I kind of think they need to just remove, because it's free damage for no real reason. It isn't like Andros or Drogos' damage boosting legendaries where they have to be skilled to get the bonus damage. It's just, again, free damage. However, with these other nerfs coming to Lex, he may not need to have that card removed or replaced. His damage is being reduced by 20, and his damage fall off is being increased a bit. His heal card on In Pursuit is also being messed with. To get the heal, you now have to be hitting somebody. He can't just fire off and get it. I really like that. Lex is somebody who you'd think would be a high skill ceiling hero, but he just ended up being so easy to be effective with since he has so much going for him. So hopefully this will do a pretty good job at reducing that effectiveness and putting him in that nice, balanced spot. Now we have Skye! I'm always excited for Skye buffs, even if I don't play Skye. But still, this is really cool. Skye will be able to throw her ult. Its timer won't start until hitting the floor though. Her Cloak card is getting its bonus cut in half, but the half taken is going into the base. So her hidden will now have 4 additional seconds on its duration. Imagine throwing out a bomb and people try to get away, but Seris ults them all together. It's gonna be awesome, really. I cannot wait to see that. Shanlin is getting his planted messed with a bit. Everyone says it's a problem and that its damage should be lowered and all, but that's just not the way you do it since it's such a high risk ability. You're putting yourself in place to get off all that damage. I really like how they did it here though. It will now take longer to start firing, so you can't just do that combo where you impale somebody and then you erase them with planted. That's it for balance, but there's still one more thing to talk about on the PTS, which I think should be live now from what they said. I know I downloaded it before this. There's voice chat. Now, this isn't something that's going live with OB48. They're just testing it on the PTS with OB48. So this should put the rest people thinking they're just saying that they're working on it but not really working on it. They are definitely working on it, and you could test it out for yourself and give them some feedback on it. And that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it, and I'm going to see you guys later. Bye!